Citizenship-based taxation is coming to France. France's Finance Committee has just passed a new amendment to establish a targeted universal tax, which will require French citizens living anywhere in the world to pay full taxes to the French government, and in some cases as much as 45%. And that is only one of the changes being implemented. As many of you may know, France has a pretty tough tax system to begin with. The country already boasts some of the highest tax rates in the world, with high-income earners expected to pay as much as 45% in income taxes and a harsh 30% in capital gains taxes. This is without counting all the other ways the government will rip you off, including inheritance, dividend, and other special tax categories. But it looks like all of that still isn't enough, as the government has just passed an amendment that, among other things, will include a citizenship-based taxation system. To quote this actual document, this amendment aims to develop in France a principle of targeted universal tax, particularly on tax havens via an extended limited taxation mechanism such as already exists in several European countries and the United States. What this means is that from now on, French nationals who live and work in low tax rate countries like those in the Caribbean or the UAE will have to pay full taxes to the French government even if they haven't stepped foot in France for several years. All of this is not coming out of left field either. France has been struggling both politically and economically for the past several years. Last year alone marked a series of protests across the country that led to major cities like Paris being shut down for several days. And all of that, paired with France's declining healthcare and infrastructure, has been pushing high-income individuals away from the country, with many of these people settling down in places like the UAE and even Latin America. But instead of taking this as a sign to improve the living conditions in their own country, France has chosen to double down with its new tax policy. And that isn't even the end of it. The current government has long been in favour of stricter tax rules and has even planned more down the road, including a wealth tax, a greater number of tax bans for higher income individuals, and higher tax rates overall. And don't think that people outside of France are safe either. Sure, this might not affect you directly, but by passing this regulation, France has opened the doors for other governments to follow in their footsteps. Canada, for example, has already explored citizenship-based taxation in the past, and with the UK ending its 200-year-old non-dom tax rule, it won't be long before they start asking the same questions as France. So what should you do? Well, for years now, I've been advising our clients and partners to look into second citizenship, even if they don't need one immediately. And this is exactly what I've been preparing them for. You see, for the past few decades, if you're unhappy with the taxes in your home country, you'd have the option to simply move your business to another country with a better tax system. Countries like Malta, even the Caribbean such as the Bahamas, have all been very popular. And as long as those places become your place of residence, you are free from the tax system in your home country. But now with these changes, simply living in another country is not going to cut it. Instead, you'll need to A, either become a full citizen in one of these countries, and B, renounce the citizenship of your previous country that is trying to tax you. And even if you're not willing to completely renounce your French citizenship right now, unless you have a second passport to fall back on, you simply won't have the option to do that in the future when you do decide to leave. So I would recommend that you start looking into a second citizenship immediately. There are a ton of great options out there right now, and some of them take less than 4 months to process, from commencing your application to receiving your passport. Some of the most popular options include St. Kitts and Nevis, an island nation in the Caribbean that offers citizenship to people who are willing to make a minimum of $250,000 donation to the country, while the nearby island of St. Lucia offers the same for around $240,000. In fact, what many people end up doing is that they get a cost-effective yet valuable citizenship in one of these countries, while moving their business in places like the UAE, which offers a far more productive business environment at a much lower cost when compared to places like Malta or Portugal, which will end up costing you over $500,000 just to even get a residency there. By comparison, a UAE residency such as a 10-year golden visa can be gained with an investment in real estate for as little as 2 million Emirati dirhams, which is less than $800,000, and which offers great business environment and an excellent quality of life. If you want to learn more about these options and how to navigate them, including which one might be right for you, you can approach me directly through the link in the description below. Other than that, feel free to subscribe to the channel to learn more and stay up to date on important news like this. Stay tuned until next time.